Thank you for clicking through. My name is Ron Schutz. I am the executive chairman of ExponentX.net, and I wanted to introduce myself, and I hope that so far this year you're having a lot of prosperity coming your way. But I want to take just a minute and talk about my background and how I got to where I am standing here today in front of you. One thing my mother and father taught me was responsibility. And I look at today and just shake my head, because for myself at age 12, I really wanted to earn some extra money. They did provide food, clothing, and shelter, but they said, you want something else, you've got to earn it. So I was fortunate enough to get into one of the service academies and study engineering, which is really, how do you solve problems? And then I worked and sailed for several years, saved up enough money to go to graduate school, got a degree in finance. And that's how you learn how money works for you. I've spent more than 5 decades, and here we are doing this, and here we are at the front end of the 3rd decade of the 21st century. And what do I see? Politicians are out there offering free everything. And what have they really done? They've dismissed responsibility. And that makes me sad, because I grew up with responsibility. So in business, we have revenue that comes in. We got to pay our expenses, and hopefully there's something left over, but the IRS reaches into our pocket and says, we want more before we can drop some into our bottom line. And we as the owners bear the consequence of our decisions. Elected officials, quite honestly, have no responsibility for their decisions, because they're usually long gone before any of the consequence hits. We're also paid for results, and we hire people that they're willing to give us not only their time, but their talents. And they get paid for their time and their efforts. Well, I feel like it's time to fight back. So I really want to apply my skills to you. I hope we do have an opportunity for a one-on-one conversation on how to improve your profits that I've learned over these 5+ decades, and how to strengthen your balance sheet. Because here's one thing that I've learned in all those decades: opportunities happen. And what I want to position all my clients in is the power to negotiate the terms most favorable to me, the owner, as the opportunity happens. Let me repeat that again. I want the power to negotiate those terms that are most favorable to me as opportunities happen. And that's one of the things that a cardinal role. We're in a very disruptive society, disruptive situation today. You know, it's not like it used to be. In fact, if it ain't broke, it's gonna get broken. I promise you that. The reality is that the government is now saying that if you're rich, and rich they define as a household income of $400,000. So if you've got a spouse that's pulling in 100 and you're pulling out 300 or 400 out of the company, you're rich by the government's definition, and you don't deserve it. So if you want to have a conversation one-on-one, briefly, please click through to Doodle and find a mutually convenient time. Perhaps we have something unique to offer that can make a difference to your bottom line. Thank you very much.